I've pondered this concept for months now. Unlock your potential. And from my perception, this means unrest at 3 a.m., my sleepy eyes staring at a darkened screen, begging for my fingers to move just one more time so I'd sit there. At 3 a.m., conjuring up some faintly remembered anecdote in my third empty draft, and sprinkling in some fabricated life lessons with, of course, Miguel playing in the background. I was lying to myself, and to this realization you guessed it, discarded another bland piece of writing and faced my reality that maybe unlocking my potential wasn't what everyone told me it would be. Maybe unlocking my potential wasn't a wholly joyful experience full of ubiquitous satisfaction and zeal. Maybe it was melancholy. Maybe it was sitting in front of the TV screen at 11 years old, watching house reruns on the floor as my sister braided back my coily locks. Only the next day, I'd be sifting through a notebook. Because maybe the doctors were wrong. Maybe my brother would make it past Christmas, and maybe his cancer was actually curable, and I would be the first one to know. Unlocking my potential would be blood and sweat and tears, becoming everyone but finally myself, exchanging life experiences for 2 sets of scrubs and closed-toed shoes, white, of course. I felt like everything and nothing all at once, so much but so little simultaneously. So I'd sit and I'd ask myself, why would the wise man tell me to enjoy what I'd never experienced? This work put into my masterpiece, the fervent studying and regular comparison all seeping into me disguised as motivation. They say this is what keeps the earth rocking slowly below me. Where in 50 years I can sit down with my grandchildren and start my story with, I once wrote a book about a girl in the suburbs. She had cocoa dark hair and a dazzling smile. She was beautiful, shiny, and new, untouched by the reality of growth and dissatisfaction. She believed that the world was in the palm of her hand and there was nothing that could ever change that. You know what else I'll say? I'll start with, from hardships to euphoria, ignorant bliss to indifference, her dreams like a melody of stars above a frosted mountaintop, and cool aloe to a bee sting, would all dissolve into one favored fortune. Her old everything as a scrapbook of distant memories. She drifted out of a world of sunken ships and boastful pirates to a parallel of late night bliss. The sweet cream so saccharine over her 4th latte keeps her burning eyes open, slumped before smeared ink, spinning in echopraxia as 10-inch textbooks taunted her. The creature cares for the insomniac, I'll say, and she was forever grateful for the process. Now, of course, there's this compelling charm to the phrase. Unlocking your potential means your hard work paid off. Shoot, I can't even remember the last time I spoke to my own father for longer than 2 minutes. But through these mental lapses, the lack of sleep and interaction, we will no longer be shiny and new. Our future selves will remember all of this as a reminder of who we've been, and will no longer feel that lump in our chest that tells us to go 3 different directions simultaneously. One of these days, we can say that the whole process was worth it, and never ask the wise man why again, because in the midst of our pursuit towards our full potential, we will have missed everything that makes life livable. I do not wish to confess in my late 60s that I managed to blind myself to the last 50 years of simple splendor. From homecomings to hardships and mistakes, most importantly, I'll end my story by saying the wise man never said no. He was telling us to pursue and take in every moment as if it were our last, so as not to miss the beauty of potentiality in our own momentum.